Hey everybody, and welcome to DC Fine Art. Today we're going to be finishing off our pumpkins and our fall little, doing a little glitter and sparkle to our pumpkins, along with adding the pumpkin stems from last week's live stream oil pastel painting. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and I know everybody, well, hopefully you guys are all staying cool. At least where I'm at, it's super hot. So definitely been inside. I've been working a little bit outside, but it was just moving stuff and getting things situated. That's all I was doing, along with kind of working on some of my fall things. If you guys are not, I have or if you guys are interested, basically on Facebook, I have like an artist group there. It's a very small artist group right now. It will, I know with time, it will eventually grow. And there we can just post our works of art or our work in progress, or maybe something you want to share with the group. It was going a little slow. I know I've been very busy, so that's the reason why I haven't been posting a lot on that Facebook artist group. But now I'm starting to kick it in and starting to post a little bit more things on there. I worked on some little Halloween things that I usually draw at night right before I go to bed. And I did this really cute little scarecrow, and I used coffee basically for the background to make these spooky little age splatters on there, and it turned out really cute. So kind of experimenting some things while I'm just, you know, right before bedtime. So yes, I went ahead and I shared those on those groups. And then also, I know I don't have the links all posted below on this stream. I usually come in and do it afterward, like after the stream is over with. I'll add in all my links, like link to my, you know, web page. If you guys go on there and there's anything that's an issue, because I haven't been on there working on it, just let me know. You can always email me, or just let me know on a live stream too. And then also I have my Fine Art America on there for any prints. If you guys are interested in looking at some of the prints that I have on there, they're not completely updated. Like I said, I need to get to work and start working on that. So I'm going to be definitely busy doing that. And what else is there? And oh, also I listed off my little Cash App link on there. That's just for any donations if you guys choose to. It's not something you have to do or anything like that. But if any of you wanted to donate, that really helps our channel, helps the channel grow, and able to get some supplies for the channel to keep it going, keep it rolling. So anything helps, anything at all. So definitely helps. And hopefully, like I've always said, I've been saying this for a while. Probably a lot of you who's been with me for a very long time has heard me say, yeah, I want to start a Patreon. I just haven't done the Patreon because I'm like, what am I going to do on there? I wanted to kind of focus. I know each week I focus on these live streams, or starting the live streams now. I never did do that before. So now I've been focusing on trying to get used to the live streams. I'm getting used to the videos at first. Now I got to start branching out a little bit more and doing maybe some of the Patreon stuff, but we'll see how everything goes. Let's go ahead and switch it down now, the camera down to the pumpkins that we're working on, since they did have time to dry, and it kind of changes color. Some of it kind of darkens a little bit whenever it dries, so we're going to turn that over. Let's do live work. All right. So here you can see my pumpkins that we worked on from last week. Of course, they're still going to come off because it is oil pastel. But that's our pumpkins of what I got done last week so far. Wanted to add those different colors in there, and I keep on rubbing it in like if it's lotion. We'll see by the end of the night how badly I come out looking. So anyways, let me make sure I turn this camera. I think you're looking at me instead of some of my art stuff. The oil pastels here. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on some of these stems. Now I know I have, let's see here. I usually use my iPad for looking at my reference photos, so I'm going to scroll through there real quick so you can find those pumpkins again. There they are. And I'm not making exact to my reference photo, not whatsoever, but I wanted to make those green little stems. We're gonna come back through with some of these metallics. So let's go ahead and pull out those Senneliers. And let's work on some of these stems really quick. So the greens that I see on my reference photo, there's some greens, some lighter greens, and some darker greens. Pretty much the gist of it. I don't go, let's see here, into extremes. Let's see here, where's my dark? There's a little bit more of a lighter green. So this might work out just fine. Like these 3 colors. I don't see, well, here's a darker one, but I don't know if I need that dark. Hold on. So I could use that one before. Yeah, I think that should be fine. If I need to darken it up, I can always add some of that indigo in there, but I got 4 colors. On these Senneliers, I went ahead and picked out the sap green light. This one here is, if I can read it, let's get in there. I think it's like phthalo green light. And then we've got gray green. And then here's some of this, like a moss green, but it looks really, really light. So we'll just see how that goes. I know I see some tans in there, so I mean, if I'm needing to come back in with something like that, I probably could get some of my yellow, probably like a yellow ochre kind of color, maybe would work. But for now, let's go ahead and just try this out. I'm gonna start with kind of like this mid green here and see how it looks. So I'm just gonna put some in there. As far as the reference photo goes, it looks like it's not as green. They're like not green stems. They have almost like a tan look to them. And I'm just kind of throwing in some of these colors just here and there. Okay. Now I'm going to take some of this darker green because it is just some of this, I don't even know if it is a darker green, to be honest. It does not look dark like I would expect it to kind of be. It looks too, I don't know, like the stump, or not the stump, well, I guess it's a stump of a stem because it has been cut off. But it looks too lively because these look like they're kind of dried up looking. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, I like that. Now this gray green is really pretty. I like this one. I do like that. That's a really pretty color. Okay, so now I want to take, since it does look really like a dead, like it's got some browns in there, let me go ahead and get some of my tans going. Some tan looking colors. This one here I picked out is earth brown. We'll try that. And then this is a lighter one. Tantino and Buff. I wonder if I'm reading that. That's not English, is it? Oh my goodness. Titan Buff. I don't know. Tan. There. Well, we just do that. It's tan. And some brown in there. Yeah, I like that better. What is this? Let's add some dark. That's black. That's not good. That is not good. We don't want it to go that dark. Let's see here. Sepia. We could always use sepia. Sepia might just work. I like my sepia. I'm just kind of tossing in these colors here and there. Just a little bit. Okay. And even though I would like a darker green, I just don't see one in there. Or even a darker indigo or something would be nice. This is an indigo. We'll toss that in there. Alright, before we go adding too many colors, we're going to go ahead and blend this out with the OMS. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. I'm blowing out your eardrums. I can get a little bit loud and carried away with some of these noises. Actually, probably should have added a little bit more darker tone to that. You'll be alright. Now I'm not going to go too crazy with my OMS because I'd really like to varnish this and it not be too wet to have to wait until it completely dries. Okay. Roll through that a little bit there on this edges that I seen that I may have needed to blend out a little bit more. Not much though. Looks like my phone's gonna die too. Seems to me like I haven't been wanting to charge any of my stuff and everything's been wanting to been letting it just run all the way down. I even had my tablet here was completely dead and I had to plug it in before the live stream, just like minutes before. There we go. I like that. Even though it looks really shiny, I will hold that up for you guys. I'm just kind of blending out those colors. go ahead and get in here and do this little stem here, just kind of blending them out, making them more softer. Now on the metallics, I may end up just kind of, whoops, thought I had everything turned down. Looks like volume is on everything else in here. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how to do the volume. I don't know. We'll just see. Hopefully that didn't hurt your ears. It's like whenever I get a message, it like not only goes through my, because I have the iPhone or iComputer, iMac, it goes through everything. So everything's dinging on me. It doesn't matter if it's my computer, my tablet, it does not matter. It will ding. Alright, so I got those in there, these nice cute little stems. And then we are going to go ahead and start adding in some of the metallics. I really would like to have some brightness to those, but we can add the metallics on that and hopefully it'll make them brighter and shinier. But it's a good base. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back into their little compartments here. That way we can bring out these metallics and it won't be all over the place. I'm hoping not to get them all over my hands, because these do get really messy. Two more. Alright, so now let's take out these metallics. I went ahead and chose the Paul Rubens on the metallics. They are really, really shiny. I like the way they came out as far as doing like little test strip on them. And we are going to go ahead and take out some of these and see what they look like. So we got some oranges, some darker oranges, got some yellows, which we can probably just kind of go over. Some of these areas that we had already done some yellow in. Which will end up bringing some more life back to the pumpkins. So now I'm going to take some of these. You can already tell it's got like a lot of glitter. And if you wanted to just leave them without having to blend out, you know, these with the OMS, you could do that. That way it gives that look too of using oil pastels. Gives that marks, you can see how it's like got those little marks, rough marks. going underneath my neck in there. A little piece kind of come off in there. Gotta get him out of there, so it should be okay. There we go. So I like that. Could even add a little bit of glow to the top of this. Or we could actually go with a little bit darker. I kind of rub that out with my finger just a little bit, kind of blend it down, which I don't really necessarily like doing because it gets my fingers dirty. Could use a blending stump, but even on my test it didn't really like the blending stump too well, so Alright, so that is very, very cute. It is very, very bright. Looks like I might need a little bit in here. A little bit of a crumble there. Get it off. There we go. So let me go ahead and lift this up so you can kind of see a little bit of the shine. I mean, it already is kind of shiny anyway because of the OMS that we had put on it. Now, let me go ahead and do some of these greens and just see how it goes or how it turns out because I had just used OMS on it. See, some of the OMS is starting to dry out a little bit, so that's good. Let's see if we don't have a color. Is this color unknown? Oh, gold maroon. Kind of a different color. This is silver dark. Like a dark silver. I don't know if I want that. Maybe a darker green. What's this? Dark green. Well. So we have some of it coming off, but tends to get just a little bit slippery in there because we have a lot of oil pastel already getting on it, so it tends to get a little bit thick. Trying to get some of these, if there's any little crumbles or anything like that, I'm trying to blend them down. But other than that, this painting looks to where I like it. It's right there. I don't know what that is. Oops. There we go. It's alright. Being blended out. There we go. Yeah, I really do like this. Let me go ahead and kind of blend that in with my finger. That way I'm not using that OMS, and I can try and use some of that varnish, so that way I can go ahead and seal it and you guys can see that. It's gonna be kind of a shorter video. And if you all have any questions whatsoever, feel free to let me know, because I'll be happy to answer them. I don't know where to hold it. I'm like, oh my god, where do I hold this at? Everything's covered and this finger is probably a mess. I don't even want to look at my finger right now. Even though it does get messy, it is fun to work with. That's just the thing. It's fun to work with, even though it's messy. Yeah, it's got a nice little shimmer to it. It's not like when I put it on paper and I do a swash, it is like really, really shiny, really, really metallic-y. When I put it on here, it's got a nice glow to it, but it's not like really, really shiny metallic. Like it, maybe because the colors underneath play a part in it, but it's got the right amount of glow. So I'm just smoothing these down is all I'm really doing. And I still kind of go in the direction that I think the pumpkin would be curving around, even with my finger. Okay. And you wonder why I don't do my nails or make my hands look good, because I'm always like making a mess. So it's like they would not last with me. I think I did one thumb. I did one thumb, and I did that yesterday, and then I catch myself trying to peel it off. So yeah, don't ask me. I just sometimes I get in the mood. I'm like, okay, I think I might just paint my nails today. And then I go to try and do my nails and I get done with one finger, and then I end up getting distracted, and then I don't paint anything else but one finger. It's really great. It's like, it's a new trend going on. Just paint one finger. My attention lasts only one finger. That's it. All right, so I really do like this. And this is showing up more in the camera than if it were, you know, like if you were just looking at it in person. Like these colors are standing out much, much brighter. In reality, they are so much more subtle, more like a little darker, yet it's not really glittery. So I'm kind of wondering if we should throw in a couple of these Moon Geo colors. I don't know if this is going to be any good. Whenever I did the color swatch of these, it didn't really... Oh, I know what we can do. Let's brighten it up a little bit more. I'm using the Moon Geo. I am still having trouble with that. Oh, yeah, I forgot. These are the ones that like to... they really like to crumble. And if I was having issues with the crumble, I probably should not be working with those. Because they're like crumblies. Moon Geo crumbles. That's what it should be called. Moon Geo the crumbles. I don't know, on camera it looks dark, or it looks really bright. It's really darker and the right colors. So let's go ahead, and if no one's got any questions or anything, let's see here. SMB Designs, I'm so glad you're going to show varnishing. No one ever does. Oh, well, yeah, definitely. I was like thinking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, it would be really nice to be able to add that to my video, and that way I can show you guys and not put so much varnish on it. Because if I put too much varnish on it, you have to let it dry, and oil pastels, it can take a really long time to dry. So I only added a little bit to it, and then believe it or not, it was already starting to dry because I could actually add layers to it. So the varnish that I'm using, and we're gonna go with this one. I think this is my used one. Yeah. I get 2 bottles and I don't really want to open up the other one. So this one here is called it's by Talens, and it's the varnish for, it says varnish for oil pastels. And I don't really see much else. Royal Talens. There, I got some on me. So let's go ahead and do that now, because I think it'll be perfectly... Oh, I need to add my signature to it. Oops. Gotta do that before I forget. Let's see here. Where'd my little brush go? Oh, the horsehair ones are horrible. Don't know if I got a little one. So we're gonna just stick with this one. Probably end up coming off. I don't even know if I'll even do really a signature. Maybe just put my initials, since I probably won't be selling it anyway. I was thinking about just keeping it something for me. This is not working out. Where is my Sennelier? Now what I'm doing is just kind of taking my print brush with some OMS. Watch me do the varnish and it like totally wipes off my my signature. And I'm painting with a big brush. So I'm probably just going to do my initials on it. I don't think it really has to be And I'm using a humongous brush too. My signatures are never perfect. Looks like a spooky initial. That's good. It's for Halloween, so it'll be perfect. Oops. It'll probably end up being washed away. And quite frankly, just because I'm not going to sell this or anything, I'm just going to use it for my own decorations for fall. It should be fine. I'm really not worried about it. I think this lid is like glued. Oh my god. Ugh, maybe I need a towel or something. I cannot open this for the life of me right now. May end up having to use the other one. Oh my goodness, my hands. I seriously think that I ended up getting some on the glass, and then when I put the lid back on, yeah, it dried. Let's try this again. Oh, I think I got it. Oh my god. The entertainment for tonight. Oh my god, my hands are so tore up. It's okay, my hands are always tore up. My hands are not pretty. Nor... Here we go, woohoo! So be careful, you guys, when using this stuff, because if you get it around the bottle, which you're going to, I would probably make sure to wipe it down after you get through pouring it out, because when you put the lid back on, holy cow, that almost took an act. I mean, it's seriously, that stuff dries almost like glass or something. It's like crazy. See all that? Okay, so I'm gonna use that varnish, and I went ahead and took out a little sponge brush that I use. So these little cheapy things you can get, and it just makes an even layer over the top. So it's just really gonna be simple, to be honest. Thing is that usually I do a couple coats, so, but I just put a little bit on. And obviously making sure you get that around the edges so that way you don't seal your bottle shut. And just like varnishing like a regular painting, I'm just going to go over that. Now when it dries, you could end up looking like it's got some, like, kind of like these marks on it. Don't stress, don't worry, it's fine. You just need to use a couple more coats, or to, yeah, just to add a couple more coats to it, and it'll end up being fine. I'm not pushing down really hard neither. I'm just barely going across. And I can see where I just didn't put enough on, so I may just drizzle a little bit more in some of these areas, just a little bit. May have put too much. There's some solid stuff that just came out. Okay, SMB, let's see here. In crafting, we put parchment paper or cling wrap on, let's see here, to prevent that. How many coats do you recommend per painting on average is a good coverage? With this here, I've done at least 3. Just 3 light little coats of varnish. Usually does good. I mean, you basically, whenever it seals, doing it, you have to do more than one. I do recommend more than one. 2, if you put, and it looks fine after 2, and it looks nice, and you don't have those kind of like a watermark is what it looks like. And as long as it's clear and smooth and even, then I would say you're good. But I usually like to do at least maybe 3, and I may be overkilling it. I mean, I'd rather have it overkilled than not enough and have something happen to it. Now the owl, I think I did my owl one, and I only did 2, and I can kind of show you what that does. It shows up like a watermark. Okay, I think this is good. I need to stop. Okay, and I usually take a brush and wipe this out, or water and rinse it out. But I'm actually just going to take a paper towel. So I'm going to go get that real quick, and then I will show you my owl that I only did 1 coat on. And that's a very good idea with the plastic wrap, because I will have to do that, because that was scary. It's made of glass, so what can you do? It's like not like you can drill a hole in it or something. So that was scary. So the owl one, I ended up putting only, I do believe 2 coats, maybe 1 coat. Actually, it looks more like 1 coat is all I did on him. And this is what you're going to end up having. So, as you can see, he is sealed, so he's good. I mean, he doesn't, that's just from me. But he's sealed, he's good. Look at him, he's shiny. But as you can tell, look at this. Doesn't it look like there's watermarks in it? He's sealed. But then you have these water looking marks, which I left it because I was like, oh, it kind of looks kind of cool. But then again, it would be good if I went back over him and added another coat of varnish. And what that does is after it dries with the first coat, you're going to have that water looking mark. Then when you go over it again, your varnish is going to fill in these holes. So those little water looking marks, it's going to fill those in, and it's going to end up being smoother. And if you do it one more time after that dries completely, then it will end up being nice and smooth, kind of like my rooster that I showed you guys. That one was 3, but yeah, and this one here is about 1. Oh, he's gorgeous. Well, thank you. Do you ever get bubbles in it? As you can see, I have, well, actually you probably can't see very well. It doesn't really bubble. It really doesn't. It's just, it makes like a watermark, kind of like, because whenever I first did it, I was like, oh, are you sure it's for oil pastels? Because it's almost like a water and oil kind of reaction that makes it make it look like it has like these watermarks in it, like it kind of separates itself a little bit. But then after I let it dry and then I went over it again, it ended up filling those in smoother, and I thought, wow, it's actually working. So I let it dry again and went over a 3rd time, and that's whenever it ended up being more smoother, kind of like a normal varnish, and it added a nice beautiful shine to it. I mean, like you've seen, even with 1 coat, I mean, it's really shiny. and you can see all the colors in them, in the trees and the forest. And yeah, it's got a little bit of a stick, just a little bit, but it's not gonna ruin. It's not gonna come off. It's not gonna smudge. This thing is protected still. So yeah, I really do like it. This varnish, it is a little bit pricey for the bottle, but I try and use just little bits at a time. And so far on using this one bottle, because I bought me another one, so I got me a full bottle. I haven't touched this one yet. I've used this one little bottle here on the rooster, that nice big 12 by 12. Used it on the rooster. This is another 12 by 12, and now I used him on this one here, which is a, I forgot what it was. Was it an 8 by 8? Here it is. I have to dig through my trash. Aren't I classy? Okay, 8 by 8. So 8 by 8 on this one here, and yeah, probably need to get some of those edges before it sticks. It's lasted me with several coats through 3 pieces. This is not going to end it here, so I'll still be able to do another one after it, so it will not empty out after 3 pieces. SMB Design says, that's great, you can go over it after dry and still fix that. Yep, you sure can. So yep, yeah, I experimented with my rooster after that, because I was a little afraid that my rooster was going to be the same way as my owl, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it again, but this time I'm going to let it completely dry, go over it again with it, and then I seen the marks, and I went over it again with my rooster. And then, well, actually I got my rooster here. And then I did it again. Now see, you don't have those marks. You've got kind of like my brush stroke look to it. So I try and go in an even brush stroke. But you do not have what looks like water. Like a watered down look. So that's about 3 coats. Let's take this feller here. That's 1 coat. And see, you got those marks. But if you do it and you do it evenly, then you won't have that. Forgot that I still had my rooster in here. He's not up on my wall. So oh, and I wanted to show you guys, if you guys aren't on my Facebook, some of these really cute pieces, or at least I was kind of playing around with. So I get this cute little, these cute little pieces here. Hopefully I don't get them dirty, because I definitely would like to. But I created this little guy here, this little Halloween piece. He's a little scarecrow with pumpkins. And I actually did his, see these little marks that look like little aged splatter marks? I ended up doing those with coffee, like using coffee for after I drew them in with the pen. Used the coffee and then went over the top of it with my Faber-Castell, the ink pens that I have, or the ink markers. I think they're called Pitt artist pens. So cute. I did him, and then I did this one. I did a little bird, and then I ended up using some ink to kind of splatter on him. And I do these little drawings at night and then try and post them on my Facebook. So let's see here. I was actually going to put them in a little frame, because I got me some of these little matting that I ordered online. And like this would be my little scarecrow. These are little 5x7s too. But ain't he just adorable? Especially for Halloween. Halloween, and fall. So we got fall and Halloween. I just draw these at night. And then my bird. He's also a 5x7, but fits perfect in there. So that one's really cute too. Love these little pieces. They're going to get nice little frames, and then I will have these up for sale. So anywho, I know I don't have time to sit here, I guess, until these things dry, but because it does, you'd have to at least sit here for a good, let them dry for at least a good 10, 15, well, not even 10 minutes. I would say more like give it at least 30 minutes, you know, if not an hour. Oh, he is cute. Thank you, SMB Designs. Yeah, and I need to figure out something else to do for Halloween. I don't know. I've been on the fall kick and the Halloween kick. Definitely going to have to figure some more stuff out. And I wanted to let you guys know too. It's kind of cool. Oops. Maybe you shouldn't put on so much. I think I did not get a corner. It's starting to dry. I just kind of want to stick on something. I'll have to use a palette knife to get it off. But you see how I used my OMS and the oil pastel? It didn't wash it away. Look, my initials are still there. And I didn't even do anything. Like, it didn't even... I mean, it just went right over the top of it just fine. So, anyways, I know this is such a short video. Looks like we're only going to be doing probably an hour today. And then next video on Tuesday, let's see here. I might end up having my Palettefull pack box in on Tuesday. So we may end up doing a Palettefull pack review, and might just do a live stream on that. I'm not for sure. And then we'll jump into another painting or another drawing. So I'm not for sure what you guys want to see. If you're wanting to see more of the oil pastels, or if you're wanting to see like more color pencil work or charcoal, yeah, you can always just leave me a comment on this video below and just let me know what you guys think on maybe a next video, what it could be, or maybe some tips on, give some tips on there too. Might help you out in your creative drawing and painting. So anyways, I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I know I really hate to say that. It's like, oh, until next time, you guys, remember to leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all next Tuesday. Bye, you guys.